What is happening, and welcome to another Photography Talk episode. And friends, yeah, holy smokes, this is going to be one very interesting, honestly, I can't remember whether there's a canvas print in this thing or a metal print in this, but either way, you probably guessed it, it is time to crack open and look at a print here. You know, when I first saw this crate made of 2x4, well, actually it's not 2x4 lumber, 2x3, either way, this is pretty heavily built. Anyways, I thought somebody accidentally shipped me a piece of Noah's Ark instead of, I actually hope there's a print inside of this thing. Talk about going above and beyond with packaging, which of course we'll talk about that here in a moment. But friends, yeah, this is another one of those prints I shared with you over the last handful of months. I've been printing or ordering a lot of different prints from companies that you guys have made recommendations to for us for kind of subsequent metal prints, acrylic prints, which of course, you know, this is the first year we're going to be doing an acrylic print shootout. And of course, who the hell is this? Oh, Shiny Prints. Yep. What the hell did I order from them? Anyways, alrighty. So, it's a Friday. It's a beautiful day out. And I have this big-ass box here. And it's funny. It says, open this side. Okay, why this side? Do not stack. I don't know why this thing is. Do not stack. Do not step on me with a smiley face. That is funny. And I mean, no joke, guys. This packaging, there was a smiley face right there. That is funny. This thing is seriously the most insane packaging I have ever seen. And I have some big prints in my home. Anyway, so as always, this is not part of our metal print shootout or canvas print shootout or acrylic print shootout. We're going to be doing those towards the second half of the last 2 quarters of this year. So Q3 or Q4, we're going to be diving into those. Right now, we're just testing out a lot of different prints that you guys have been inquiring upon. And so as always, before we go diving into something like this, putting these videos together, as you can possibly imagine, requires a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it's just a lot of everything to put these things together. So where I'm leading with this, there's that like button down below. We sure would appreciate you crushing the heck out of it because it really does help with the channel quite a bit. And as a small token of you doing that little act of awesomeness there, here is a photo of a pretty cool blue-ringed octopus. That said, thank you very much. And friends, it is time. Come on. Hey, pull up a seat in. Let's go. Okay, let's grab my handy dandy. You know what's running through my head right now? Usually I use this little tool as of recently to crack open the prints that are coming in. And it just dawned on me here in my head. I have a movie quote or a movie going through my head. Jaws. We're going to need a bigger boat. Well, I'm going to need a bigger something to crack this thing open. 1 minute.
Few moments later.
There are bunch of screws going around here. This thing is seriously very insane. The packaging of this is pretty nuts. Again, I have prints in my home that are probably 3 times the size of this thing here, and what's inside here, and the packaging was nowhere near this here. When they built this crate, you know what's funny? When they built this crate, they must have known that it would be shipped with FedEx or UPS because this thing looks absolutely indestructible. I mean, no amount of throwing or stomping on this thing you watch it go through, could harm this masterpiece. This is absolutely insane. And I bring up throwing or stepping upon because if you watch some of my other videos, I will often put videos of this is not going to work.
2 very boring minutes later.
Nobody wants to watch me unscrew this all over. Anyways, on some of the past videos, you'll see me putting videos showing FedEx or UPS drop kicking or throwing prints. Is there a faster setting? There we go. stinking 3/8 thick plywood right there. That is absolutely crazy. Okay, so this is really impressive. That's cool. Okay, so on both sides, you can't see it on that other side, but there's a little red tape there, which is on both sides, so that will easily come up. Okay, I think we're getting closer to the print. So there's a foam frame that goes around here, which is sandwiching these 2x3s here. And again, looks like we had the little red tabs there. This is, man, this makes me want to watch that new Tetris movie that just came out. I saw Apple talking about the Tetris movie. This, whoever put this together, has clearly played their fair share of Tetris. This is absolutely insane. All these are full, geez, big chunks of styrofoam there. Okay. Wow. Okay. And here we go right here. This tab right here. There we go. Okay. All right. I'm going to put this here for a second before I get to that, because I want to show this, because right in here, you have these huge chunks of perforated or kind of a cardboard. There's 1, 2, 3 on the top. That is seriously insane. And that is the second time I've used the word insane, talking about a metal print. I had to check. I knew it wasn't canvas as soon as I cracked it open. So it's either a metal print or a acrylic print. Wow. Okay, now I get to use my little handy dandy. Okay, cool. All right, so as we can see here, the print is recessed in on a piece of a good 1/4-inch cardboard there. Now let's figure out how the heck do I cut this thing off. Okay. Hands down, this is, I'm going to be talking about this package here. So the bar has been raised. These guys really raised the bar quite a bit. Okay, here we go. Okay, so, all right, here's our piece of cardboard. Oh, I remember. Oh, super cool. Okay. You know, it's funny. If you've watched some of these videos recently, I've ordered so many prints, I forget which print or which photos I go ordering from all these various different companies and so forth. This is, which, we'll get to the photo in a minute when I crack this open. So we have this wrapped up in a plastic, yet more, I thought I was done with this thing. Shiny prints. Absolutely impressive with your packaging, guys. If you happen to watch this video, you guys raised the bar a bit. This was almost entertaining just opening this thing. Okay. I think I am, yep, I'm done with that. Okay, so we have that is a very heavy-duty plastic. Okay, now let's take a look. Okay. Let's see if we can get that in there. This is a shot of obviously my co-pilot of life, and I absolutely love this shot. And you know what's funny, guys? This is off of a mobile. This is off my iPhone. I was curious in how big I could print, because we have a series coming up on printing from your iPhone and so forth, or your smartphone, and that's what this print was, kind of 2 birds, 1 stone. This is actually part of their edge mount, which we'll get into that here in a moment. But for this particular series coming up, so this was, again, 2 birds, 1 stone, testing out another one of their prints, their edge mount, but also, as you're going to see in this upcoming feature, talking about printing directly from your smartphones and so forth. So this is a 20 by 30. This looks pretty darn good. Now, as always, so again, if this is your first time that you're watching this style of a video, let me take a step back here. For the last 5 years, or 4 or 5 years, I forget where we're at right now, we've been doing a series of metal print shootouts, canvas print shootouts. Actually, we started with canvas print shootouts. And this was done to address a lot of the questions that were coming in from you folks. A lot of folks like yourself are going to Google, typing in best metal print, best canvas print, and you see a bunch of websites out there that have lists of what they're calling the best metal prints or the best canvas prints or acrylic for that matter. Now, the only problem with that is when you click on these, you'll notice that these websites are listing links to printing companies and they're using stock images from the printing companies, part of their marketing photo. So they've never even touched a print, but yet they're telling you so-and-so is the number one, so-and-so is, this. So, and basically all they are is just affiliate links and all that other fun stuff. So we do things a little bit different. We get the prints in-house. I'm going to share with you things I like. I'm going to share with you things I don't like. You may agree, you may not. But ultimately, at the end of the day, if you go out and buy a print, whether it's a metal print, canvas print, acrylic print, whatever it may be, from a particular company, you're going to have a good idea of what your dollar is going to get you. So at the end of each year, what we do is we open up the doors. We let people know, hey, if there's a print, a company, or this or that you want to see us review, let us know and we'll consider it for the following year. So we've actually reviewed a few prints from these guys. And this one was specifically, as I mentioned a moment ago, done from a mobile, because we're going to use this for our upcoming mobile phone or smartphone photography series as well. So one of the first things I am doing here is I'm looking at the colors. I'm looking at sharpness, and this one works well with the colors because obviously there's so many colors in this shot. And I'm looking for noise. I mean, this really, again, I'm absolutely blown away with how well this looks coming from, again, my iPhone. I'm looking at the corners because, again, with this edge mount here, so it kind of acts like a frame. And when you see like wooden frames and so forth, wood, as many of you may know, I grew up working with wood. I love building furniture. So I have a thing for wood. But with metal, see, wood, let me finish what I wanted to say. With wood, it's a little forgiving. If you have a jig that's off a little bit, you can sand away, make it look nice, put a little filler in there, and boom, it looks the part. With metal, it is not forgiving. And so if you don't have things straight, you're going to notice it because, wow, and these corners are these look absolutely great. And if you look at, that's what I was talking about right here. Let's see if that's going to get in frame. I hope that's, or you can see that, but you can see these edges here are very tight. These guys did a really good job with this here. Now, the edge mount, they do charge an additional, I want to say it was $50 for this here. So on the back of it, we have our mounting hardware. Okay, so they include a little spirit level. 1, 2, 3 of these. Are they the same screws? So the same screws that they use to bolt this thing together and send it out. They include 3 of those there for the mounting hardware. So this, okay, there we go. There's the Chromolux badge there. Let me see. There we go. It's funny because with the Chromolux there, it kind of, you have to shift it around a little bit so you can see. There we go. Chromolux. Ah, dang it, I had it upside down the right way the first time. Where is it? Chromolux. Yeah, Chromolux right there. Okay, I thought it said something else, but there was a number after it. Okay, so the back of this, a few things that I'm noticing here. Let me get back on this side. Not 1, but 2 of those little rubber knobbies here on all corners. And the reason why I like that is, again, you go putting this up against a wall, that keeps the photo or the print off the wall. And sometimes you'll see companies where they'll just put either on the top or on the bottom and, take in little shortcuts. These guys, kind of like their packaging, they really engineered the heck out of. Can you engineer a print? They did more than what I typically see. So they have two of these little rubber knobby things on both sides, on all corners rather. This looks really good. And one thing I like about this edge mount here, now this is obviously made out of aluminum, but when it adds kind of an elegant, kind of a classy look to the print when it's up against the wall. Let's put it up here so I can see that looks really fantastic, and especially with this wall being a darker wall and so forth, that really makes that print pop out. Actually, no. Yeah, no, I don't think I want to leave that there. But that looks pretty good. That I really liked. Now that is, I forgot the actual, I think it's like 1.5 inches or inch quarter. Yeah, it's about 1.25 inches. So that's pulling it off the wall, and it creates this kind of negative space, if that makes sense. I don't know, I'm gonna go with it, sounds right. But makes the print look like it's floating off the wall, especially with a dark wall like this here. That looks really cool. The edge mount, highly recommend that. I've not had a metal print that had this sort of, I saw some marks on there, but it wiped off. So I thought I would have something to gripe about. And frankly speaking, I'm inspecting this over. Now the only thing I can possibly bring up here is when you're handling a print like this, because it is a square. So these edges, while I'm going to say you're probably not going to, I think if you ram your hand across it fast enough, you could possibly cut yourself. But obviously you want to handle these with a little care, because these are metal corners here. So they are a little bit on the sharp side. But again, not so much that you can't touch it, and as I was doing there. So, but just kind of food for thought. All right, now let's talk about pricing. The print was $149. The edge mount on this was $50, and the shipping was $40. Actually, I'm pretty surprised the shipping was $40. Again, when you feel the weight of this thing with everything together, it was pretty hefty. So let's take a look at the scorecard. All right, friends, there you go. The Shiny Prints mobile upload to one of their edge mount prints. Again, this turned out really, really fantastic. So you'll be seeing this print again coming up in a upcoming series that we have on printing from your smartphone. But folks, now that we've wrapped up this print review, I guess it's time for me to launch a new DIY project. I'm thinking turning this indestructible crate into a boat. That sucker is so well built, I bet you it's unsinkable. So watch out, Titanic, here I come. But seriously, folks, it's that time of the video. I hope you found some value with this video. So, because of course I'm going to ask you to do all the YouTube stuff. Like, subscribe, and hit the all notifications, so therefore you don't miss a single video just like the one that you just watched there. But seriously, friends, I'm humbled. I really appreciate you supporting the channel. Great seeing you again, and I'm going to be turning off these cameras so you get out there, stay healthy, and take your best shot.